Schmidt out to left. Berger near the line, and for the first time since 1989, Oregon is in the Women's College World Series. Back-to-back wins on Saturday for Oregon against the 6th national seed Texas. The Longhorn season comes to an end. The Oregon Ducks are on to Oklahoma City.
Hello. Rose Bowl, MPSF Lacrosse Conference, NCAA Indoor Track, Acrobatics and Tumbling, and perhaps to be soon-door outdoor NCAA Track champion Ducks. It's a holiday weekend. I hope everybody is enjoying their Memorial Day. It's a time to remember those who have given the ultimate sacrifice for the country. It's also a time for sleeping in, for eating barbecue, and drinking. So for that, we salute you. It's been an awesome weekend for Duck sports too, highlighted of course by the women's softball team in the Super Regional versus Texas, where they dropped the first game, then with their top offensive weapon, Kylie Cuico, actually ejected due to elbowing Texas catcher, the Ducks improbably rattled off 2 victories in a row over the Longhorns on Saturday. That advances them to the Women's College World Series. It's the first time that the Ducks have made it to the Women's College World Series since 1989. So congratulations to the softball team. They now face a very familiar foe in the first round of the World Series, Arizona State. That game starts at 6:30 p.m. Thursday on ESPN. So tune in, check it out, cheer on the Ducks.
Aaron Jones scores the second run of the ball game, and it's 2-0 Ducks.
A little surprised that third base coach Jay Ullman didn't send Garlick, the runner. Thought it would have been a close play. It would have taken a good throw from Tyler Smith.
Usually a pretty aggressive coach at third base as well, especially in a 2-out situation.
Baseball didn't have quite as memorable of a weekend though, unfortunately. The Ducks were in first place, all alone to clinch the Pac-12 title, but 3 straight losses to the Oregon State Beavers up in Corvallis let the air out of the bag. With that means that the losses that the other teams had, Oregon's out of contention. They could not win the Pac-12 title after the 3 consecutive losses to the Beavers. Still, for a team that was predicted to finish 8th in the conference preseason, it is quite an accomplishment to be right at the top of the conference. They finished the regular season overall 42-17. That's over a 700% winning percentage. Just a remarkable season all around for Oregon baseball. Congratulations. Better yet, on Sunday, it was announced that Oregon is one of 16 teams that will be hosting a regional tournament. And that begins at PK Park on June 1st. And all students get in free to the Oregon games. The university is eating the cost of tickets. So go down there, go to PK Park, show support for Oregon baseball. Men's golf also are right in the championship hunt. They finished high enough in the NCAA regionals in Ann Arbor last weekend to advance to the NCAA championships. So we'll see if Eugene Wong has one more thing, something special in tow for his last tournament as an Oregon Duck. The championships begin on Tuesday, May 29th through June 3rd here in Los Angeles. Football had some exciting news as well. On Friday, the Ducks picked up a new verbal commitment. That's the 3rd of the 2013 class, joining Thomas Tyner and Evan Voller. Dontre Wilson is the newest Duck. He's a 4-star running back out of DeSoto, Texas. He declared himself to be a Duck during halftime of his high school spring football game. I didn't realize high schools had spring football games, but awesome. Welcome to the flock, Dontre Wilson. Wilson is a very speedy, agile back that fits that taser role perfectly for Oregon. He's really tailor-made for Oregon's high-speed offense. He's a guy that when in space with the ball can be deadly. He should be a joy to watch at the University of Oregon. And in track and field news, the Ducks continued their dominance at the NCAA West prelims. When the dust finally settled, Oregon had an astounding 31 qualifiers for the NCAA championships. Those are coming up on June 6th through the 9th. That is an almost unheard of number from one school, but certainly fits in line with what the track teams have been able to accomplish this year. We'll have to wait and see what they can do in Des Moines, Iowa when June 9th finally rolls around, but don't be surprised if they return with a few more trophies in hand to add to the cases at the Casanova Center that are already overflowing from Oregon's athletic accomplishments just this year alone. As for FishDuck.com, Charles and I appeared this past week on the Addicted to Quack podcast. Thank you to our friends from ATQ for having us on to talk duck sports. You can find the archives of that show on both our site as well as addictedtoquack.com. On the show, we unveiled that we will soon be launching a massive new part of FishDuck.com. We're real excited about this. A history section will be unveiled soon on FishDuck.com. This will be articles, videos, photos, all showcasing the proud history of University of Oregon athletics. We're hard at work putting the finishing touches on it, and we're very excited to be bringing this to you very soon. So check back soon and learn a lot more about Oregon's proud history. Our articles this past week were seen all over the place. We were linked by ESPN several times, by The Oregonian, by Bleacher Report, Addicted to Quack, Sports Square, Varsity Feed, of course, Duck Sports Now, GoDucks.net, Mike Wines' blog, and others. Thank you to everyone who reposts or tweets our links to our content. It is deeply, deeply appreciated. Of course, Charles had a new video on Tuesday, and this time Josh joined him to further dissect highlights from the spring game. Also, have you visited our forum lately? If not, you're missing out on some stuff. We've had some interesting content emerge in there that's definitely worth checking out. Like, for example, a recruiting letter from Bill Bowerman to Steve Prefontaine in 1967. Or how about an old editorial cartoon of Coach Casanova? Or the newest Oregon Ducks music video that you might have missed. Did you know there are over 100 Oregon Ducks songs? And we've got them all. Just go to our video section and look for the Get Pumped list and select Ducks music to catch all of the Ducks songs that should be in your tailgating soundtrack. And now, my random tweet of the week.
Hey, will you shut up?
Thank you.
Normally, this is when I give a music recommendation each week. But, being that it's Memorial Day weekend, not only is this a holiday to celebrate sacrifices of others and, of course, barbecue and beer, but concerts. There are a ton of major concerts taking place over the course of this 3-day weekend. It's a big weekend for music festivals. In Miami, the Ultra Festival is taking place. In Washington, D.C., there's the National Memorial Day Concert. And up at the Gorge in Washington is the annual Sasquatch Music Festival. Now, Sasquatch has an unbelievable roster of artists. Once again, last year's Sasquatch Festival was live streamed on NPR, as many music fests these days get streamed on YouTube or other sources. But for some reason, this year's Sasquatch Fest isn't being live streamed anywhere, and it's kind of bumming me out. So the archives of last year's Sasquatch Festival are still up and available on NPR, and that's what I'm doing, reliving some of the best concerts from last year's music festival, and that's what I'm suggesting you do as well. So if you can't be in the Gorge this weekend, I suggest going to npr.org and search for Sasquatch to find all the audio archives for live sets from last year's festival, like Foo Fighters, Wilco, Modest Mouse, The Decemberists, Bob Mould, The Thermals, Wyoke, Flogging Molly, The Flaming Lips, Archers of Loaf, Guided by Voices, Local Natives, Death Cab for Cutie. There's so many great concerts there. Go check them out. So that's it for me this week. There's still lots going on in duck sports, even though June is getting very close. And we'll keep bringing you all the news each week, as always, and great insight in our articles, and of course, analysis in our videos. So here on FishDuck, keep coming back, and like I always say, go fish, get hooked, go Ducks.